Welcome back, guys. We're at the Texas State's 2018 Championship. We're on round 2, the back nine, presented by Innova Discs. I'm Bradley Williams, and this is Ulibarri.
Yeah, front nine went pretty well. As you can see, we had some tough conditions. Hopefully the back nine will be better to us. We have myself at 9 under, Anthony Perkins 9 under, Tanner 7, and Garrett 6 under.
Garrett having a rough start on the front nine. Hopefully he can calm himself down and start executing some better shots at the back nine.
Absolutely. Hole 10, par 4, 475 feet.
Kind of plays like hole 9 in a way. You're given a straight opportunity. You don't want to go too far, and you don't want to bite off too much distance. I think you're just going to play a controlled layup shot.
Absolutely. Just kind of going the opposite way. And here's AP. He's throwing a really straight shot here, and this, if it catches it looks like it kind of buried. It kind of bottlenecks towards the end there. You really want to slow down before you hit the deeper part of that left fairway, because it will pinch you and leave you a difficult upshot.
Even throwing a putter, it's easy to find yourself going long on this particular shot.
Right. It looks like my shot's good because it's right down the fairway, but it actually is tighter than I wanted to be, and I'm going to have a very difficult upshot. So you want to be cutting in right kind of at the corner, and he leaves it a little wide as well. None of us really executed this shot the way that we wanted to.
I'm not sure what it was. It could have been the wet boxes, but even my card had a problem keeping a smooth throw on the tee shot here. We were all kind of out of position on the edges of the fairway. It just was kind of weird.
And Garrett throwing an absolutely perfect shot from where he was. Back stance and just the control.
Little patent pending?
Yeah, the control to be able to land it flat through the gap. It was very impressive.
That's a pretty good skip out of that mud puddle. He's going to have about a 60-footer, maybe 50-footer for the birdie.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of laying up in the first place with the sidearm.
The nose was down for sure.
And I didn't have much, and I just threw a terrible shot.
What distance did you throw there?
A putter, PA1, but I kind of got lucky, and I beat a few trees that I shouldn't have beat.
Oh, Anthony didn't have much if he chose the Spikeheiser play there. He's just trying to get out.
Now he's in the puddle. And, pretty good shot from there. I mean, that's standard. He should be able to get up and down from there.
Yeah, routine up shot. Wind must be picking up. You can see the flutter.
Yeah, it was pretty breezy. And I'm about 45 feet, probably 40 feet. And now
I had a really sweet air ball on this putt too.
Kind of like mine right there. It's pretty solid. Double G for bird. Yeah, he should be making those putts, but it is breezy, and he's had a tough front nine. He just made a really solid outside the circle putt. I was expecting him to make that.
He's just been looking a little uncomfortable today.
Mm-hmm. AP cleaning up. Yeah, definitely Garrett's going to be disappointed with that.
Just not the kind of control and consistency we saw from him round 1.
Right.
Shots are getting a little high today. Moving on, hole 11, par 4, 428 feet. It sits straight all the way, really. There's not really a kink until the very end, and the trees get really narrow at the middle of this hole.
Yeah, and for a short par 4, you could totally do a kind of a conservative play to the middle, but even that's difficult.
Yeah, I saw players going putter mid-range sidearm and just biting off 190 feet. I personally decided to attack it more aggressively with a driver.
And I love holes like this. I usually play very aggressive, and I was very close to throwing that like I wanted. But if you mess up a little bit, you can get that kick and go straight into the rough. Yeah, and now it's going to be tough for me to say par. And that's what you can't do. You can't hit first available. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult even to get par.
The thing about this hole at 428 feet and the fairway being so narrow is players are going to be throwing a driver class, and it makes things even harder. You're not.
And look at this shot that Garrett throws. This is actually, from where he was, incredible.
So maybe 150 feet off the tee, if that. Cut roller. Looks like he has a putt for birdie.
Yeah, back to the basket.
Oh, that looked really good. Perkins gets slammed by the Ghost Limbs.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just, hoping to get out at this point.
Man, you really got punished off a really great drive.
And I ended up finding a nice little crease and hit the crease, and I'm actually going to have about a 45-footer there. I was extremely happy with the result of that scramble shot.
Yeah, once these players crest the hill, they're going to drop down to that little bowl, and once you've gotten that far, it's a birdie putt.
Yep.
So that's really all they're looking at.
And even Tanner's shot that he had in the woods, he was about 150 feet, and he could barely get to 50. And there's AP just kind of laying up first par. That was a pretty good bid.
Yeah, he didn't have a wide open look. He just kind of punched it to those limbs.
Mm-hmm. And this is a putt for birdie after hitting the first tree, which is super. And he almost gets it.
Great bid, Garrett.
Yeah, and I'm just outside the circle here, about 4 or 5 feet. And out of my hand, I thought I made this, and it just, as you can see, I'm like, why is this happening to me?
Why is it not dropping in?
Yeah.
What was that? A little twitch?
I don't know.
You checking the runners on third?
I'm out of it at this point. You can see I wanted to make it. I didn't. There's G tapping in.
Yeah, bunch of pars.
Yep. I think I was still just kind of disappointed with the tee shot. I thought I threw it pretty good.
Yeah, I don't really like this hole very much. It asks too much, I think, and based on what I saw on my card, we just all got lucky in some form of fashion. Once the disc started to flip up, it was like you never know what gap you were going to get through.
Just close your eyes and throw, kind of.
Yeah.
But you can peer it.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And you were only about 6 inches away from having maybe a possible eagle putt.
Hole 12, par 3, 270 feet. This is just your standard birdie hole. Just you hit the gap, skip left with a stable disc, and then have a putt.
You can go putter, mid, firebird.
Player's choice.
Yep.
And I noticed that this is the kind of shot that AP was really, really good at. And he actually caught a really bad break by hitting, I think it was a root or a stick or something.
Yeah, there might be some like little bridges built across that swamp. Probably a root, though.
And me on the tee, I was just saying, okay, just throw a smooth shot. And then all of a sudden I juiced it, and there's nothing smooth about it, and I went way deep.
What, did you go driver?
I went driver, yeah.
Matt Hall on my card put it 2 feet away with a putter.
Wow. I was just kind of nervous about hitting those first trees. And sometimes when I throw it a little harder, I can hit gaps better, and I think that's what happened.
So here we have Tanner landing in the puddle. And we had that happen on our card. We thought he may have juiced it, looked long for 2 minutes, and ended up having to walk around in the puddle to find it.
And here I'm just frustrated. I actually felt like I made that putt, and I caught a little limb, and I had nothing. But that's what I get for, not...
Oh, yes. Still
There
good
it
from
is.
30 feet. He's just cashing them in.
Yeah, he's very, very, very on point right now.
Oh.
He just goes straight
It
into
says
the puddle.
no casual leave for me. I'm going straight in there.
I'm on it. Oh, man. Soggy socks.
Nice putt, Garrett.
Yeah, that was a good putt. He needed that one.
Hey, what about me, guys?
Yeah, I'm just grumpy at this point.
I won't birdie. I'll just take a par, I guess, and walk away.
Right now I'm looking like, how did my disc get back there?
Tanner with the par. 2 birdies, 2 pars. This is definitely a hole you could expect an all-star on, but...
And Perkins with that retakes the lead at 10 under.
Putting like that, that'll...
Yeah, he's
Give him
playing
an
very well.
So here we have par 3 hole 13, 198 feet. You just got this little tree in the middle. You can either leak one left or try to flex around it.
You just have one tree to beat. And this is one that you want. This is almost a must get on the course. Probably the easiest hole for sure. Perkins throws a really good shot, circles edge again. He's been putting very well. I'm sure he's confident he's going to make that.
Yeah, this is one of those tee shots where the good shots, the ones that feel right, hit the tree. The ones that leak left or turn over, they don't really feel that great, but it's the way you need to play it.
Yep. And I was thinking ace, and then there was no acing.
There we go.
After that, yeah.
Yeah, another solid executed throw is going to run into that tree every time.
And again, yeah.
Three in a row. It happened on my card too. I drilled it dead center, thought I was going right at the basket for ace.
Kudos to the course designer.
Yeah.
Perfectly placed tree. I went high, low. I just didn't know what was going on. Neither did Garrett. We're frustrated. We threw pretty good drives and, got left with 45 footers and couldn't capitalize.
So here's the pressure on Anthony here to take a stroke from the card.
Yeah, to go up by 2 now on the card. I mean, he's just playing solid. He's not making mistakes, and he's putting excellent.
25-footer? Cash.
And he keeps it going. Yeah.
Nice putt.
Hole 14, par 3, 312 feet. And this is a tricky hole. You have about 250 feet, and you have to clear this ditch, and it's heavily guarded by limbs, trees. If you go left, right, super thick woods, and it's kind of perched up. If you get close, it could be a death putt, especially with the swirly wind.
I've heard the best play is take a putter and throw it 80 feet.
I did hear that, actually. I heard that locals actually, this course is...
It's so hard, so dangerous off the fairway that you just take an 80-foot layup on a par 3 and just get your par.
People literally play it like that. I don't think you're going to see us doing that. And I took sidearm high, tried to push it around the guardian trees, and I got through to about circle's edge, and I was really happy with that result.
Yeah, this hole... It's a little unfortunate. You play a shot right at the basket, and straight in the center of the fairway are 2 trees and a wall of bushes. And as you see there, Tanner plays a great sidearm and just gets nothing.
And that's Garrett. Coming from the woods. He'll be happy with that. It looked like he was buried pretty deep. And he went for this. And like I said, if you get a little aggressive, there is a little drop off to the right there. AP from down below. He's just been drawing metal from everywhere. I'm sure you give it a good run, and he really did.
Yeah, that was a good run from about 45 feet. Paul, 20 step putt, huh? You just wanted to make sure you got that one?
I did. I felt like I was excited. I felt like
I wanted that one.
I did. Oh
no.
Tanner gets a little lift out of his hand, and he's gonna have a 30-footer from there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And that's what can happen on this hole. And Garrett with some nice concentration, especially after seeing Tanner make those mistakes. He was able to capitalize on that, tester 18-footer up the hill.
Yeah, the pitch putt kind of gives you that up and down motion, and where Tanner's kind of, spinning it. So you can definitely get into a triple putt territory, misfire like that.
Yeah, and that's, you never want to see that on the card.
No, especially after such a great drive. I mean, he threw exactly how you'd want to throw the shot,
Yep.
and just gets punished. And you can't blame him for not trying to get that birdie even from that range. It's just unfortunate. Hole 15, par 3, 420 feet. Look at these trees, guys. They're almost planted to block your shot.
Yeah,
I mean, what do? You just take a blind hyzer and hope?
Pretty much. I mean, there is something to be said about playing the right angle on this hole, because you can throw it too deep. It kind of bottlenecks you to where if you throw fast driver like I did right there, you can go too deep.
So you think the play maybe is to play a flippy disc much tighter than that?
Right, or even like putter that kind of, even if you get a kick, it's not going to kick you straight into the woods.
Yeah, but at par 3, 420 feet, the putter's just not going to give you the birdie. It kind of plays like a par 4, I guess.
Yeah, this is. I never knew this was a par 3. Huh. I figured it was a par 4. And there's Garrett. Like I said, it's really easy to go deep, and he got a really terrible kick, and it sucked him into the right. He's gonna have a tough play from there.
This is the. Oh, even that shot. That shot looked great.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just clubbing down and just conceding, even though it says par 3, just play the layup shot.
I didn't see anybody get close.
I think we were still 150 feet out on our card at best.
Yeah, I think this is a par. Well, it's obviously not a par 4, but it plays to that, because as you can see, we're all having difficulty with this hole.
The fairway is just littered with trees. So even if you're in the fairway, you're not gonna be guaranteed a smooth, comfortable angle at the basket. Got Anthony playing forehand, gets the nose down. I mean, he's gonna have a putt there, but
I feel like that's what he was trying to do, just get it into the ditch and make the putt.
Well, there you go, keeping the nose up, throwing a pretty good shot. What is that, 25?
Yeah, it's like right in the circle, and I was happy to get over the ditch. I prefer from that distance to throw my putter sidearm, and so, I was a little bit uncomfortable with the backhand, and I was happy with the result.
Yeah, Garrett getting the clean, wide open look, just lays it up.
And this guy's just having a tough time, man. He's been getting off into the rough, and like I said, once you get into the rough, it's tough to get out of the rough.
Yeah, there's not much room for creativity.
And then
once you're
he
in the rough.
almost throws it in, though, with the sidearm. That was great.
That was a nice shot. Oh, so it's about a 40-footer if you're in the gully. And doing what he's been doing all around, just cashing in long putts.
Yeah, and just, his demeanor the whole entire round never was up, never was down. I was very impressed with his game.
Yeah, it's good to see local pros showing such poise on the green.
Right. And that felt like a birdie. I guess I got a nice par save.
Nice par ball.
Thanks. I had to work for it. Double G tapping in. Much of the same for the rest of the card. And that's a double bogey. Double bogey 5.
Hole 16, par 3, 327 feet. You get a pretty wide fairway to start, and then once you start to fade your backhand shot, it's just the force just kind of just eats up the fairway, and you're just gonna have to push through. You're gonna hit limbs on this shot.
Right. And even if you beat the corner, you'll have to deal with those 2 guardian trees to make it across the ditch. And at this point, I decided that I was just gonna play really aggressive the rest of the time. And I threw,
oh my god,
pretty much as perfect as you could throw the shot, and
90-degree kick straight in the woods.
Mm-hmm. And then I feel like that was the miss that I saw a bunch, is people, trying not to miss right and leaking it left. And there's,
Yeah, I was exactly where AP just landed.
See, and here's Garrett again, because you can see this tree right off the tee. It forces you to almost want to throw turnover, but it also makes you go left. And this is...
Well, that's a great shot, keeping it low, not much movement.
And he gets to skip up the hill. I mean, that's
what the course designer's asking you to do.
Yeah, 15-footer. That was a great shot.
Just throw it perfect.
And Garrett throws a really good up shot, but catches that middle tree. And he actually didn't see that he caught that middle tree, so he thought he was, pretty much parked.
So this should be a routine up and down. There's a little bit of room there, in which he makes it look pretty easy.
Yep.
What do you have, Paul?
I actually found a little hole over there.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I decided that I was
Whoa.
going for it. I was going for it hard.
Look at that face.
I know, look at
my
my
face. What are you heating up? What are you doing?
I am kind of heating up, and so is Double G.
Yeah, that's a good putt, Garrett. I mean, He threw the shot that he thought was the right shot and gets the tree that's in the middle of the fairway. It's like, can I get a break, guys?
And then another solid putt. I mean, that's not a gimme from there, especially you could tell that.
With the crosswind coming in.
The crosswind kind of flared up right in his stroke, and he was poised to knock it down.
There we go, getting back on track with the birdie after the double bogey.
Yeah, I was really happy to see that. He had a rough like 3-4 holes in a row, and then threw a great shot and got rewarded.
Oh my gosh, what can we say about this one?
Hole 17, par 4, 405 feet. You can't get there. The hole shapes from left to right. You got to play a layup straight shot. You can to the corner. You can play sidearm or something that goes from left to right, but it pretty much forces you to throw as straight as possible.
Yeah.
And I pulled this is just as bad of a shot as you can throw.
We have two trees right off the bat that are keeping your shot to the right, and the right's where you don't want to end up. And you don't want to end up long.
See, and this looks like a great shot. And it actually ends up...
Wow, look at the roll.
Wow. Being a great shot, but even that's kind of tucked a little bit to the right.
So he's not going to have a wide open, easy look for the birdie, but getting that much distance off the tee is securing the 4, and we can see big numbers on this hole.
Right.
4, you'll be happy with a 4.
And he does like I did and just misses or hits the one tree in the fairway. And Garrett, this looked great off the tee, but again, he didn't make the corner. You don't want to be up on top of the hill. You kind of want to be down to the left if you're going to be throwing the side.
You have to be really careful if you play straight because it drops down and dumps straight into rough. This is a very peculiar par 4.
And then he lays up to about where Tanner's drive was, and that's still pinched off. And so I actually went and walked the hole and found out that I did want to be on the bottom of the hill, so I had a better kind of angle going into the green.
Yeah, you're just going to get that 4 and walk away. That was smart.
And Double G found this backdoor route, which is very dangerous. There's a pond about 20 feet in front of him, and then about 45 feet from the hole, there's an OB line. So he actually cleared it and made a really, really, really great shot. And more of the same. I mean, 420 or 405 feet, and you see everybody just kind of laying up to get 4s now.
It's just a bunch of 90-foot throws over and over again.
Mm-hmm. And there's Tanner. Tanner's going to have a putt for 3. So he played the hole very, very well right there. He has a nice little bit of a obstructed lie, but you'll take it.
So you see Paul here giving him the best possible angle to the basket, and he walked the fairway and looked, and that's kind of a pro move. And with the way the round was playing with the backups, Paul had plenty of time to walk the fairway. Right. So if you're out there, instead of sitting back with your group on the tee box, if you've got time and you're not slowing down the course, walk up, get a good angle. It's going to save you strokes.
Absolutely, get a nice wind read, and there's Garrett with that Sonic.
I like to see this from Garrett. The last 2 holes, just fighting through adversity and sticking through and making the putts. That's great.
Yeah, and that was a risky play to go over the OB like he did, and then...
It kind of baits you because there's these openings up there. It's like, hey, I'll just throw this hyzer, but you're really going over a swamp at that point.
Right. And so, me tapping in for par. Tanner missed his birdie putt, unfortunately. AP tapping in for 5.
Yeah, I mean, a 3 would have been special, but a 4 doesn't feel too bad on this one.
Right.
Well, hole 18, par 3, 252 feet. There's plenty of room on the left to work a frisbee back in. It's a preferred sidearm route. You can see a turnover, but the wind was very harsh for the turnover today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has one guardian tree to the left right there that kind of keeps you out over the OB if you leak it a little bit right, and then you don't get to go where you went out. You go straight to the drop zone. Garrett throws a really good shot here. Backside of the green, 20 feet.
And you can see the winds pushing right to left, keeping the discs out over the OB. So players are going to go stable and super high. Oh my.
They're going to go super high and straight through the tree.
Let's see this. You're going driver here?
Yep, X1. And my play was I wanted to get it enough height, obviously, to get towards the basket. And
at this guy.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped at this point. I mean, that's a walk-off ace after struggling on the front 9, and then to be able to capitalize on the last few holes of the back 9. I was super excited. And great coverage from the Jomez crew on that ace.
Yeah, to get that angle where you can see it from right here, that's good. That's good positioning.
Yep. And another, solid shot to the backside of the green.
Yeah, getting inside 25 to 30 feet, giving yourself a birdie to walk off the course, that's great.
And another one that just gets through, and they'll all have birdie putts.
Wow, solid.
Yep, man. And that's just a really solid round from AP. First time I ever played with him, kept his composure the whole entire time, and just kept making putts.
Oh no, Garrett, dead center from 20 feet?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He had just birdied the last hole. You could tell he really wanted that birdie, and then the basket just said, nope, Mach 3.
Yeah.
And Tanner with a nice birdie. Garrett taps him for par. And that leaves us with
2 strokes over Perkins. Perkins played solid, had a little trouble on 17, otherwise great round. Paul with the ace on 18, really clean, no bogeys, huh, Paul?
Yeah, I don't think I had any bogeys that round, and we have a few people that moved up the leaderboard. Trevor, Matt Hall will be on featured card for the final round. Thank you for joining us. Here I am, just whoa, man down. Oh boy.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Texas State Championships. We'll see you tomorrow for the final round.
Absolutely.